problem. But one of the things, so one of the things I wanted to explore as well is like what would be like the main resources you think a candidate when they looking, for example, they just moved to the countryside and now they have to work remotely. So do you believe like the main source will be like through the job career of the company, will be LinkedIn, will be news, or like a consultancy like yourself? What do you think would be like the key resources for them to understand what they are now and how they can position on the job market?
Absolutely, yeah. I think, if they are looking for a new role and it's a remote option, they should, when they see a job spec on LinkedIn or wherever it is, to really stand back and ask themselves the question, right? Um, if it is a remote role, then to go for it. But if it is a hybrid option and that's not realistic, to not go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because what can happen is when you are seeking a role and you're not seeing that many remote options, for example, and that's what you're looking for, you tend to start getting a little trigger happy with applying for roles that are maybe hybrid. But that's not what you're looking for, right? You're looking for a remote position. So really ask yourself that question. I think, I think working on your brand, Lucas, is really important, right? So,
Mm.
what I mean by that is your CV and your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so
All right.
um, and really think of your CV and your LinkedIn as your sales tool.
Mm.
Um, so to get you in front of an employer. Okay, so like from my time at LinkedIn, especially, I really understand the power of the platform. So if
Mm-hmm.
you are seeking a role, to be as visible as possible on the platform, whether you're posting content about something you're interested in, you're updating people on your job search if you're immediately available. You'll be surprised when you put up content that is valuable, that other people will read it, and it can be just, that like or that share that can link you to someone in a company that are hiring, and the role is perfect for you. Um, Job interview preparation is really important. So I think in today's job market, there seems to be a trend of more competition now, and in some sectors. So, candidates are going above and beyond now to make sure that they can beat the competition. They are making sure their LinkedIn profile, has all the bells and whistles on it and looks, good for any recruiter to go onto it, and is eye catching, so that the recruiter will reach out to them and they can start an interview process. Um, the goal, I suppose, is to secure a job that you want. Okay, so if you're interviewing for a role, and you get to the offer stage, but there's a few red flags along the way. Really ask yourself, should you take that role just because you have one offer on the table? And I understand as well that, candidates need to get back to work and they need to earn money. But what can happen is if you take a role that, you don't really want, and you saw a few red flags along the way, in 6 months to a year's time, you'll end up not liking that role and having to move again, which is not good for your career. You start to look jumpy on your CV as well. So just take a breath when you have a job offer. Take your time, and don't make any hasty decisions. I would say always kind of
Mm-hmm.
write out a pros and cons list. That always helps
Yeah.
me. They can see something in front of me, and then make a decision after that. I guess, a lot of I've seen it happen in the past where candidates have accepted, roles that they didn't really want, and then they're back out in the job market again, which is no fun
Mm.
for anyone, the company or them themselves. So yeah, that would be my top advice. Just ask yourself why you're interested in this role,
Mm-hmm.
and what you will get out of it, and what you can, if you can add value to the role as well.
All right. Yeah, that's interesting. And um, so what? So let's